show you some of the nice architecture here on Queen Street East. Which traditionally, it's a very old neighborhood in Toronto, but it's one of the rough and tumble neighborhoods with lots of, well, some drug activity, homeless people, different type of shelters located here. But you can see the architecture in this area. Oh, there's a streetcar right behind us. Is beautiful architecture from the Victorian-era. I'm here today on the 20th September with my bicycle on the TTC, and my plan is to go all the way to the West End in the streetcar along Queen Street and start bicycling eastwards along the Francis Waterfront Trail. Just yesterday, because there's too much wind here. This is the Armory, the Moss Park Armory, which is part of the Canadian military. So a portion of the trail has been redone near Ontario Place, and I'm planning to check that out actually. Toronto is slowly but surely revitalizing its waterfront. Many sections are already very, very attractive. If you think of the eastern beaches, the boardwalk in that area, and the western beaches, anything sort of starting from Harbourfront going west. There's still a huge swath of land, particularly around the that hasn't been developed yet, and there's acres and acres of empty land that probably has to be completely rehabilitated and reclaimed because there was a lot of industrial activity in that area. So a lot of it is probably contaminated. But there's lots of potential for Toronto's waterfront to turn different parts into residential and mixed-use developments. I always like to follow these new developments because I really love waterfronts. Internationally, I pay close attention to what communities have done with their waterfronts. Recent years I've been to places like Chicago, Barcelona, San Francisco, who've done wonderful things with their waterfronts. This is the Metropolitan United Church here, just to show you. And waterfronts are just such precious resources for any city that it's a real shame when these waterfronts are neglected. Last year, I did a travel assignment in Detroit, and Detroit obviously being a prime example of boom and bust economies, but even Detroit has started to revitalize its waterfront. So despite, obviously financial issues in a city that's been hard hit by the recession and the decline of the North American automotive industry, even Detroit has invested quite a bit of money into its waterfront trail. Conversely, Windsor on the Canadian side also has invested a lot of money and effort into its waterfront trail with beautiful sculpture gardens, great public art here. See, here we're getting into the downtown Toronto. The streets were at 2 Queen Street East, which means we're right at Yonge Street. Historic architecture at the intersection of Yonge and Queen. Can't really see out to the other side. The windows of the streetcar are a little bit too dirty, unfortunately. Let me see if I can show you something here. The former connected with a skywalk to the Eaton Centre. Some of the Victorian-era building substance that's still left here. And we're gonna keep reporting from the TTC streetcar on September the 20th.